You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
The Chicago Bears must swing big in the 2024 NFL Draft. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Bears fans, the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles have been very busy this offseason, making move after move, adding safety Kevin Byard, signing running back DeAndre Swift, trading for wide receiver Keenan Allen, and even extending Jalen Johnson, and much, much more. Bears fans, it's safe to say that the Chicago Bears have gotten better this offseason, but now we can begin to look toward the 2024 NFL Draft. And to be honest with you, Bears fans, Ryan Poles has the chance to really complete this roster to compete as soon as next season. So on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, let's do a 7-round Chicago Bears mock draft. And as always, as I'm going through each of one of my picks for the Chicago Bears 7-round mock draft, feel free to comment down below and continue to engage with me. So Bears fans, as it stands right now, currently the Chicago Bears only have 4 picks in the upcoming draft. Pick number 1 and pick number 9 in round 1, pick number 75 in round 3, and pick 122 in the 4th round. So they have no picks in rounds 5 through 7. So let's go ahead and get right into it. With the first overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, I have the Chicago Bears making the obvious pick and selecting quarterback Caleb Williams out of USC. Caleb Williams is 6'1", 215 pounds. Caleb Williams is a QB with franchise-changing talent that is worthy of the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. When you look at a guy like Caleb Williams, Bears fans, he has top-tier arm talent for the NFL level. He's an incredible off-script passer and playmaker. He has really good footwork. He's also a really good processor and progression passer as well. And he also showcases really elite accuracy as well for the next level. This is the guy that the Chicago Bears need to draft, especially after trading away Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've told you guys many times that if the Chicago Bears were to trade quarterback Justin Fields, then to me, I would be Caleb Williams or bust. I don't want to even consider Jaden Daniels. I don't want to even consider Drake May. Maybe someone comes and offers Ryan Poles an absolute haul to trade down from the number 1 overall pick, and we trade down and select Drake May or Jaden Daniels. But until that day happens, I'm going to be all in on quarterback Caleb Williams coming to Chicago. And I feel like that is the right move for the Chicago Bears moving forward and for their franchise. Bears fans, when you look at a guy like Caleb Williams, he will be coming in to the best situation that any number 1 overall rookie has ever come into. When you look at the state of the Chicago Bears, they have a great supporting cast with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. They have an improving offensive line, a top 10 defense going into next year, a good offensive coaching staff that's actually going to be able to develop a quarterback here in Chicago for the very first time. So with that being said, Bears fans, Caleb Williams will and should be the pick for the Chicago Bears with the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Because personally, if everyone around us, if they are absolutely correct about Caleb Williams, and if he is that generational talent, that franchise-altering player, the Chicago Bears will be in very good hands with quarterback Caleb Williams. Bears fans, now moving on to pick number 9, I have a very bold trade that I think Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears should make in the 2024 NFL Draft. I have the Chicago Bears trading up with the New England Patriots, giving the Patriots the number 9 overall pick and 2 2025 second-round picks, and the Bears would receive the number 3 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. And in round 1, pick number 3, they trade all the way up 6 spots into the top 5 to select wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. He stands at 6'4", 205 pounds. Marvin Harrison Jr. is one of the most complete prospects you'll find in the 2024 NFL Draft. He has a rare blend of size, speed, strength, and football IQ. He has the ability to be a wide receiver 1 type of player right away in the National Football League, the second that he is drafted. This would be a bold move for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. It would leave the Bears with only 4 picks in the 2024 NFL Draft, unless he trades down from that 3rd round pick or 4th round pick. But I personally feel, Bears fans, that it's time for the Bears to be all in. You go out and get your franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, and then you trade up and draft the second best player in the 2024 NFL draft and wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. To me, it would be a match made in heaven. Think about this, Bears fans. You already have DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, and DeAndre Swift. But you have to also realize that Keenan Allen, as good of a receiver that he is, he's about to turn 32 this season. So adding a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. to the fold would make perfect sense, especially once Keenan Allen retires. Bears fans, all I'm saying is this. Sometimes you have to take the risk and take a big swing. Caleb Williams and MHJ are the two best players in this year's draft. If they both pan out and become superstars, which most people think that they will, the Chicago Bears would be set up for years and years to come. So I know a lot of you guys may comment on today's video and say, Keek, you're absolutely nuts. For once in our life, Bears fans, we have to be bold because the team is ready, or it looks like it's ready to win now. So if Caleb Williams is that guy and Marvin Harrison Jr. is that guy, the Chicago Bears can finally complete their rebuild with two of the best players in the 2024 NFL draft. So Ryan Poles, be bold and get Caleb Williams and then trade up and give him a big-time weapon in wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. So now moving on to round 3, pick number 75. Obviously, I decided not to trade down. I traded up to select wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., so we do not have a second-round pick. So in round 3, pick number 75, I have the Chicago Bears selecting safety Cameron Kitchens out of Miami. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds. Kitchens is a solid all-around athlete with a good eye for where QBs are going with the ball. Really like that about him. He possesses great ball skills to come down interceptions. He actually had 5 interceptions in 2023 while playing for Miami. Overall, when I look at a guy like Cameron Kitchens, he's projected to be a future starter at free safety and could eventually replace a guy like Kevin Byard. So you bring him into the fold. He learned from an all-pro like Kevin Byard, and I think it would be a perfect situation for a guy to develop the right way and to become a future starter for the Chicago Bears defense. All right, Bears fans, now moving on to round 4, pick 122. Once again, I am not trading down. I'm not trying to get any more draft capital. I am taking the best player available, and with this pick, I'm taking wide receiver Taj Washington out of USC. Washington is 5'10", 175 pounds. Washington is a smaller receiver who projects to be more of a slot/special teamer at the next level. One of the things I really like about Taj Washington is that he possesses an all-around athletic ability that allows you to use him in many different ways. When you turn on the tape and you watch him at USC, USC lined him up in the backfield, in the slot, and even as an H-back at times, especially in 2023, which I really liked. He has really strong hands, and he definitely showcased that in 2023. He had 59 receptions, 1,062 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was 6th in deep yards and 7th in slot yards also in 2023. I believe a guy like Taj Washington would bring great value as a Swiss Army knife for the Chicago Bears offense next season. Plus, I think it's an added benefit that he already has that connection and chemistry with our future franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams. All right, Bears fans, so that completes my 7-round Chicago Bears mock draft. I went in with 4 picks, and I left with the 4 best players available. I know there's going to be a lot of people commenting on today's video. Well, Keek, why wouldn't you trade down and get more draft capital? I opted to be bold and trade up and get wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. I just thought that was more valuable to continue to build around Caleb Williams to ensure that he had all the help necessary to succeed in Chicago. And I really like this draft. Of course, it seems like a pipe dream. I'm pretty sure Ryan Poles possibly won't make that bold trade and give up future draft capital to go get a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., especially considering that possibly Roma Dunze or Malik Neighbors falls maybe to the number 9 overall pick. And I think at the end of the day, since he did trade away Justin Fields, he's probably going to select Caleb Williams with the number 1 overall pick. I'm pretty sure Ryan Poles is probably going to trade down out of 9 in the 2024 NFL draft to possibly recoup a second-round pick, maybe recoup a couple of 5th, 6th, or 7th round picks as well. But personally, Bears fans, I absolutely love this draft. Let's go ahead and put it on the screen right now. I selected quarterback Caleb Williams, wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., safety Cameron Kitchens, and wide receiver Taj Washington. Bears fans, once again, I understand that I went into this mock draft with 4 picks, and I left with 4 picks. But I feel like I got the 4 best players available, players that can change our franchise for the better, players that can help us win right away, especially when you look at a guy like Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. Once again, these guys are projected to be superstars at the next level. If people are right and they become superstars, the Chicago Bears are going to be set up for years and years to come. So yes, it's a bold move to trade up, to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. at the number 3 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. But if he hits on this bold trade and they become superstars, the Bears will be set. Look at a guy like safety Cameron Kitchens. There's a guy that could come in and start right away, but we don't need him to start right away because we have Kevin Byard, right? Kevin Byard can groom a guy like Cameron Kitchens, and Cameron Kitchens in the future can be the starting free safety for this very young and very good Chicago Bears secondary. Same thing with wide receiver Taj Washington. He may get lost in the shuffle because, hey, we already have Marvin Harrison Jr. We already have DJ Moore, right? We already have Keenan Allen. We already have Tyler Scott. We already have Bayless Jones Jr. But this guy can bring massive value, not only as a slot and depth piece for the wide receiver room, but also depth in the special team category as well. That's why I like wide receiver Taj Washington. He would be used as a Swiss Army knife for the Chicago Bears offense. But Bears fans, overall, I would absolutely be okay if we only had 4 picks in the NFL draft, and this is what it turned into. Because I know every single one of these players I list on today's episode of Kick on the Mic would help us win right away. So overall, Bears fans, what grade do you give my 7th-round Chicago Bears mock draft today on today's episode of Kick on the Mic? Let me know down below in the comment section. But all in all, make sure you continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. And make sure you share this episode of Kick on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Kick on the Mic. Thanks, guys. And as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Kick on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.